Cologne, perfume, fragrance, whatever you want to call it, you might think to yourself, what's so complicated about putting it on? You just spray and walk out the door. Well, you'd be surprisingly wrong, according to me. But my reasoning is based in fact. I used to work at a fragrance counter, so I got to learn the right and wrong way to put on cologne. And because the fragrance subscription service Scentbird was kind enough to sponsor this video by making me an affiliate, I now have a full roller-size version of some Tom Ford realness. Ugh, that's the wrong way to do it. I sprayed it right into my neck cavity. It smells amazing though. If not correctly applied, your fragrance can bother the people around you, stain your clothing, and even affect your health. So stay tuned to learn the right way to apply your cologne or perfume with Scentbird. Hello television viewers, my name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel. I don't know what's up with me and fragrances lately. The universe is just showering me in amazing smelling things. I don't know how I got so lucky. Let me show you what I mean. It all started when I realized you could buy vintage fragrance bottles on eBay. If you follow me on Instagram, then you already saw these in my stories. I've yet to open them all up because this whole box, you know, there's a lot of leftover fragrance smell coming out of it, so it's just been sitting in a corner of my room. I love this one though. Lauren by Ralph Lauren Concentrated Cologne Spray. Pretty. It's like something my grandfather would have in his bathroom. Around the same time, I started working for a hair care brand with amazing fragrances, and then Scentbird reached out about becoming a partner. So it's been on my mind a lot. I've been enjoying a lot of different fragrances, and it makes me think back to my time working at Macy's when we had to read an actual booklet about how to apply fragrances so that we could sell them to you. I sucked at that job. I was always like, people would be like, what are the top notes to this fragrance? And I would be like, to this day, I can tell you that there are different layers to professionally mixed fragrances. There's like the base notes, the heart, and the top notes, and they evaporate off the body differently for each person. So everybody experiences that fragrance story different than the person sitting next to them would. But in order to get that intended effect, you have to put fragrances on the right way. We're gonna get into that, but first make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want more beauty tips. But most importantly, I would love to have you click that subscribe button. You'll never miss new videos from me. I upload at least 2 every week, usually. The most basic thing that many people don't know about fragrances is that they're actually intended to be applied to the pulse points. I'm sure a lot of you already know that, but for those who don't, those are the areas where you have major arteries, like right here, the inside of the elbow, the wrist right here, these big jugular veins. Fragrance goes on these pulse points because those are areas where the blood comes closest to the skin and it's a warmer part of the body. You know how some people use candles to warm up oils that will fragrance their homes? The concept is very much the same. You want to apply your fragrance to the warmest parts of the body because when you heat up a fragrance, the smell travels further. I don't know why that is. Science. Ask a scientist. Well, if you're a scientist, let us know in the comments below. And also, why am I sweating so much at night? Tell me that too. The pulse point fact is I think why most people just instinctively spray things onto their neck. You saw that I did it in the beginning of this video. The companies put these on because it's really convenient. It sprays actually a really wide area of your face. So you're getting like, not just your pulse point, but your whole neck and also some of your shoulder, your clothing. If it's on your clothing, it's not really getting that warm and the smell dissipates faster than if it clings to actual skin where it's meant to be. Older fragrance bottles actually had a little dipper like that you could just dab it on. You're not necessarily supposed to apply fragrance to all of your pulse points at once. 1 or 2 pulse points is enough for most people. To me, the ideal amount of fragrance is something that people can detect when they come into close contact with you. The smell that lingers when they give you a hug or if they're standing and speaking very close to you. Other than that, I really don't like my fragrance to be detectable to anybody else but me. But for those interactions where I do get closer or people do happen to smell it, I think it's a nice detail and it shows that I care about the way my body reeks. Ow! So which pulse points should you choose? Well, that's entirely up to you. I like to do my neck because that's where my face is. Some people prefer the wrists. If I'm going to do that, I'll do it on my non-dominant hand. If you apply it to your wrist, you may transfer your fragrance to somebody else when you shake their hand, and some people don't appreciate that. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's not a rule, as far as I know. I don't know every country's laws, but not here. Not in the USA. Not in the USA. I'll do whatever I want. This is my whole room. I'll do it. By the way, these Scentbird tubes are so cool. So the next month, they'll send me a new fragrance and it just goes into a rollerball size thing like this. I chose that particular fragrance for many reasons. For one, my good friend Paul used to work for Tom Ford, so I'm endeared to it. I loved their whole line of fragrances. When I worked at Macy's, I'd always spray those on. And it just sounded like the most expensive one. But that's probably not true because Scentbird has tons of designer fragrances and you can choose a new one every month. If you're like me and you like trying out new fragrances often, but not committing to a full bottle, then you might be interested in signing up for Scentbird as well. You can use the link in the description below to get a discount, but I am an affiliate, so that discount goes to me. And I think that means we all win, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad I chose this Tom Ford one because it definitely smells like the color gray, which is perfect because, hello, my whole room is gray, my whole life is gray, my whole life is gay, gay, gray day. By Tom Ford, Gray Gay Day, coming new from Scentbird. So yes, be wary of handshaking if you apply the fragrance to your wrists, although it is a good option for people who gesticulate because people catch it, people catch a whiff. Adds to a sense of elegance to a person, I think. If I can be up close and personal with someone and leave a scent impression, they're gonna remember that, I think. Or I'm crazy. But in any case, I enjoy it. If you're a handshaker though, you can also go for your inner wrist so that you still have the fragrance on a pulse point, but not where anyone else will touch it. As I said, you don't want to put fragrance on clothing because not only will it effectively work like a fragrance is supposed to by dissipating in layers throughout the day, but it could also stain some fabrics. There's alcohol in most fragrances, and high-end ones can have pretty bizarre ingredients. Not good for some fabrics. You're risking especially delicate fabrics like silk. In high school, a lot of girls like to spritz stuff into their hair because, you know, they think your hair smells good. That's so sexy. I guess that's sexy, but also it's not very safe because that same alcohol that could damage your clothes can also dry out your hair shaft and your scalp. You'll see a lot more product buildup. You'll see dandruff. It's just not a good look. There are fragrances that are meant specifically for hair, so if that's the feel you want, yeah, I would reach for one of those. They're made without any of the harmful ingredients. But like I said, you can play around with different combinations of these pulse points, but that's really how I would recommend making the most of your investment. When you buy a fragrance, you don't want to just spray it into the air. You're gonna run through it much quicker. If you spray it directly onto your fingertips, it's going all right there, and then you can just quickly dab it on to your pulse points of choice. After I do my neck, I take whatever's left and I put it on my inner arms. Then wash your hands because again, the next few things you touch could get residue on it. When I put on a fragrance, I just want me to smell good, not the rest of the world that I interact with. They don't deserve my Tom Ford from Scentbird. What have they done to deserve it? Did they read a booklet? So the basic way of doing it, that's 2 sprays already, and then they spray their clothes. I remember in gym class, straight guys would just with aerosol cans of Axe body spray, and it's like, yeah, good luck with that. Thanks for sharing that smell with the whole room. As if this school didn't suck enough. I really went back there. So the way I just did it, I got all my pulse points, my fragrance story is being told, and I can't wait to experience how it develops throughout the day. Dries down, as they say. And I only used 1 spritz, so this is gonna last me even longer. I'm not gonna go through this amount of fragrance in 1 month, so by the time my next Scentbird subscription box comes, I'll be collecting them, and I can switch them out and try new things as I see fit. Because as a former Macy's employee, I was always going home with huge Ziploc bags of those little tiny sample sprayers. This is better. And it's travel friendly, so it's really working for me. But are my fragrance application tips working for you? Let me know in the comments below if you learned anything new about how to apply fragrance. Also, have you tried Scentbird? If you sign up using the link below and get a discount, let me know. I would love to know which fragrance you chose. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out, it supports this channel, and it lets me know that you would like me to divulge even more health, beauty, and lifestyle tips from my days behind the makeup counter. But most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right over here. That way you can join the Nick D crew and get new videos from me every week. If you hit the notification buttons, you'll get alerted right away. I'm so grateful to have you guys watching, so click that subscribe button if you're into the content and you enjoy it. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you so much for watching and being a Scentbird with me. I will see you next time.